I'm going to show you how to use an ironing board to get more movement in your spine. This may be helpful for you for everyday comfort, or it may be helpful for you for particular sports activities. And in particular, I'm speaking today about how this can help you gain more mobility for horseback riding and for communicating with your horse. When you want your horse to turn left, we know that we need to turn our bodies to the left, and that often what happens is people turn their heads, but they don't realize that they haven't done very much motion through the torso part of the body. That happens because people can be very stiff, and then when they're stiff, they don't get signaling coming into their awareness centers that those parts even should move, much less that they could move. So we're going to make use of our unconscious processing in our balance systems to help wake up a little bit more movement and control in the torso. So just as a reminder, here's my pyramid. Most of our conscious control of movement is this very upper part, and the vast majority of control for motion is governed by very deep centers in the brain and in synergistic patterns. So when central command says look left, sometimes all that happens is the head goes, because the awareness that the whole rest of the body didn't go isn't even showing up. So we want to wake up some ability to move, and we want to wake up some sensory awareness of what it feels like for parts of the body to move. We're going to do this while we're lying flat at rest on an ironing board. While we're on the ironing board, it will tip to one side, and then we reposition, it'll tip to the other. That imbalance of position in the field of gravity triggers our one segment muscles in our spine, the very deepest layer. It triggers those muscles to rearrange each little segment up the back to balance itself a little differently, because the environment is now different. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. So I've got an ironing board here, and it's the regular standard model with the cross frame that collapses down. It's all the way on the floor, and I have it underneath a little cover. And this board tips a fair amount, which is a little bit more than is comfortable for me. So I have put a book underneath this side and a book underneath the other side. So now I'm lying on the ironing board. I'm going to position myself off the center. And now I could just relax. I can cross my legs if I want, or leave my knees bent. I want to kind of flatten out my body. I can use pillows and support if I need to, and I can go into more detail about that. If your shoulders don't like to be this far back, you can put pillows underneath as well. Then for 5 to 7 minutes, stay on one side at a slant, and just notice, feel in your body the sensation that things are tipped, and feel like in my lower back, I tend to balance on the left side, but it's harder for this part of me to turn towards flattening out towards the high side. Other parts of me can do this easier. I don't want to have to actively be twisting my body. I want to find a way to rest here and not think about my body, and just let the unconscious parts work. And then I bring my consciousness in and just observe what is it that my body's doing. That way I allow the unconscious processes to improve their coordination, and I improve my conscious awareness of what it is that the unconscious is doing. After 5 to 7 minutes, of lying on with the board tipped one way. Then I just move over a little bit and lie the other way. Now I feel quite a bit tipped way over to the right, and now my body is beginning to balance a little bit, and I can just relax, not be in charge, and just observe what is it that my body's doing to create some balance and control while I'm resting on the board. That's what there is for this exercise, and if you do it every day, it will help increase movement in your spine for your recreational activities.